Hello, Sail guys. It's Seafood Dane Griffith coming to you from Blue Lantern Martial Arts in Newport, Kentucky. Today I'm going to talk about some techniques in Wing Chun that are essential to having a successful outcome in a conflict. And I'm using my trusty old Muk Yan Jong here. The concept that I want to talk about first is Kiu Sau. Kiu Sau is made up of two words in Cantonese. Kiu means bridge and Sau is hand. Anyone who's familiar with Wing Chun knows that most, if not all, of our techniques have the word Sau in them. Pak Sau, Tan Sau, etc. And they translate very basically to what the actual technique is. Pak Sau is slapping hand. Bu is the darting fingers, right? Tan Sau, dispersing hand. Bong, wing, and so on and so forth. But Kiu Sau itself means bridge hand. And you've got to have the bridge, you have to establish the bridge in order to proceed and to flow into the multiple techniques that you're going to use to have a complete and successful outcome of that engagement. So a Kiu Sau is when you can lay hands on your opponent, or even if they can lay hands on you, they've got a bridge. But you can turn that bridge around to your advantage. And the first couple of moves of the Muk Yan Jong, the wooden dummy, is about that bridge hand. The first move comes right out. You've got the Kiu Sau. The Jong is that your hand, your forearm actually has the bridge. And from here, you got the Kiu Sau, and then the concept of Kiu Sau. There's another technique, Kiu Sau, circle hand. You got Kiu Sau is the big one. So you got Kiu Sau and Kiu Sau. Xiu, like the form, Xiu Nam Tao, which means little idea in the beginning. Xiu means little. So you got Xiu Hyun, and you've got Dai Hyun, and Dai means big. So the first techniques of the wooden dummy is you move in with your Kiu Sau, and you got a lop and a da. Wow, my dummy's off the center here. But it's that bridge, and that brings me to what I want to talk about. Through the entire form of the wooden dummy, one of my Kung Fu brothers, my Sihing, says there's no such thing as practice makes perfect. It's perfect practice makes perfect. So if you're practicing losing your bridge, your Kiu Sau, throughout practicing the dummy, whenever you're practicing your techniques with your training partner, you're going to probably do it in a sticky situation. So one of the prime parts of the dummy is the ending of each section, which always ends up with the jut and the toks, jut sau and tok sau. And it's usually when you come back off the end, you got your quan sau, and then it goes over into a fuk sau, and then quan sau on this side, fuk sau, and the palm strike, which you can't see. And then here's where you lose it. Every time I see the guys do this, and it's when they pull back here and they go, oh, they've lost their bridge, and then they go jut sau, and then they roll around and tok sau. And a lot of the guys that do this like that big whacking sound. They like that. Okay, fine. All you're going to do is end up breaking my dummy. But also, it's some poor technique. So you need to come off that quan sau, fuk sau, tan sau, and then pull it back, roll them over, and push them back. See, it's that. And a jut sau is not always just jamming down. It's a little bit of a pullback. Jut, and roll around, keeping the bridge, and tok. So try that with your techniques when you're working on the dummy. Try not releasing your contact. Hit me up with the hey, comments all you want, but you know I'm right, that you should never lose your bridge. I mean, it's all... Every time you lose your bridge, when you do that, that should be every time. Just keep that bridge. Sure, it's not as flashy as, the guy going. Who's that impressing? The guys in the class? But when you're out fighting somebody and as soon as you release that bridge, they're going to get away. Nobody's going to let you just, stand there and hit them. It's going to be... Guy throws a punch or something, catch it here, and you're gonna, why you got him? Roll that over, then you got a bridge here. Now you can release this lower one to come up, catch them here. There's some loud noise for you. But then roll that one over, keep that bridge, pop it up here, and then keep your bridge. Pull it back, keep the bridge, and give them a little lift at the end. Let me know what you think about that. Am I wrong? Offer alternatives to it. I'm open for conversations. Until then, hail och sail. Blessed.